Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Molly. I'll have my Instagram tag somewhere here on the screen, so make sure to follow me on Instagram, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure that you're subscribed. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips for purging your closet or your products or just your things in general. Purging is something that I do a lot, so I will go through drawer by drawer or cabinet by cabinet, whatever it is, and I will just get rid of things. It's something that I like to do and that I've become good at over the years. It definitely wasn't always easy for me, but it's something that I'm really good at now in figuring out like what I actually need versus what I'm just holding on to. If you are going to purge your closet, please make sure that you're donating your clothes and you're not throwing them away. There's so many different places that you can donate. You can look for local charities, and then there's always bigger stores like Savers and Salvation Army and things like that that you can donate to. But again, please just make sure you're donating and not throwing your clothes away, because that is really wasteful and there's so many people that would probably love to have your old clothes. Most of these tips are going to be for people who aren't the best at purging and are newer to it, so keep that in mind. My first tip is to schedule a time to do it. So I think that this can really help with the anxiety that this brings for a lot of people, and obviously that scheduling a time isn't going to take away your anxiety of this, but it might help ease it a little bit, knowing that, okay, I'm gonna go through my stuff Saturday at noontime and I'm gonna set aside a couple hours to do that. I also think with scheduling, setting like a time limit, like, okay, I'm gonna take 2 hours right now and do this, and then take a break, and then if you wanna go back to it, you can, or if you wanna just pick up the next day, you can totally do that too. I think having some type of schedule in mind for this will help people who feel anxious about the whole process, because it is a lot. If you are going to go through everything, you know, in a weekend, it is a lot, and you want to give yourself time to kind of like recover, I guess, from doing it. So definitely schedule a day. You don't want to just 8 p.m. on a Monday start purging and then you're up till 1 a.m. doing it. You want to definitely do it when you're in a good mood and when you like are in the mood to get stuff done. My next tip would be to go drawer by drawer or section by section. So depending on what you're organizing, let's say you're organizing your dresser and you really want to go through every drawer in your dresser. Start with one drawer. That's kind of how I usually get into a purge, is I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go through my sock drawer today, and then I end up going through my sock drawer, my pajama drawer, my jeans, all that stuff. So start with one drawer and then go from there. Maybe it's something where you do one drawer a night before you go to bed. You just take 30 minutes to go through one drawer a night. That might be the best way for you to do it. Some people might like to do all in one day. Some people might like to do one drawer a night for a week, whatever it is. But I think going drawer by drawer, whether you're doing it all in one day or you're doing it, you know, one drawer a night, going drawer by drawer is better, because you don't want to pull everything out and overwhelm yourself too much. I have definitely done that before and it does stress me out a lot, but I've been able to get through it. But I think doing 1 to 2 drawers at a time max is probably your best bet, so that way you don't overwhelm yourself. So that way if you do one drawer and then you decide you want to stop, you don't have a bunch of stuff everywhere. That might seem like an obvious one, but I think it's just good to mention, because I have talked to people that are like, I pulled everything out and then I was way too overwhelmed, so I just left. I can't even imagine doing that, just like pulling everything out and walking away. I would probably have a panic attack. But I think it's just important to note, and that's a method that has really helped me over the years kind of improve how I'm able to do this and how efficiently I'm able to do it as well. Tip number 3, and this is probably the hardest one of all, is what do you need? And need is in absolute capital letters. What do you need? So this, I feel like, can go for clothing, products, decorations, anything. What is it that you need to live? And I'm not talking about, you know, the extra pretty things, like maybe you have a fake plant or things like that. What is it that you need to live? And by that, I mean, realistically, how many shirts do you need? Realistically, how many pairs of jeans do you need? Realistically, how many face moisturizers do you need? I just said moisturizer is weird. It's those things that pile up, and being a product junkie myself, this is something that I struggle with a lot, and I have to clear my drawers out once a month at least, because I feel like products just pile up and pile up. And I started getting really overwhelmed with how many products I had, and I went through them one day and I was looking at them and I was like, okay, what do I actually use every single day and what do I need? And then as I was going through products, I said to myself, have I used this in the past month, 2 months? If I hadn't, it's going, because why am I gonna keep something that just sits in my drawer and just takes up space and stresses me out? And I know that that probably isn't the case for everybody, but for me personally, having stuff just stresses me out. So this is something I've had to work on a lot, is what do I actually need? And it's helped a lot when I'm going through things, just kind of saying that over and over in my head. What do I need? Do I need this? Do I just want it? Do I even use it? I think those are important questions to ask yourself while you're doing this, especially for products, and then also for clothes. Ask yourself, have I worn this in the past 6 months? I always say 6 months because I think, especially if you live somewhere like New England where we have 4 seasons that are like completely different from each other, I think it's important to note that like, oh, maybe I didn't wear this sweater in 8 months, but it's not winter right now, so I'm not wearing it. Things like that, obviously. I feel like that's a pretty obvious one. But like I'm saying, with clothes, you have to ask yourself, have I worn this in 6 months? Am I ever gonna wear this? Sometimes you'll hold on to things just to hold on to them. Don't. I'm telling you, let it go, donate it. You probably won't miss it. It's fine. I definitely have gotten rid of things and donated things though, and then like a month later been like, oh shit, I wish I kept that. But that's okay, because you know what? It wasn't that important at the time, and maybe I just wanted to wear it one more time. It wasn't a big deal, but definitely be careful. Don't go super crazy, because I've definitely regretted a couple things. Nothing too big I've gotten rid of, but yeah. My next tip would be starting small. So like I mentioned earlier, maybe you start with like a sock drawer. Just start with something really simple and easy for yourself, just to kind of get yourself into the routine of it. My last tip is to go easy on yourself. And I say this because it can be really overwhelming to get rid of things. People have attachments to things, and I personally don't get too attached to things. There's definitely some things that I have an attachment to, but I definitely am not sentimental about like everything. So I think that's why I have an easier time getting rid of things. So usually I'm not like too hard on myself, but I just mean don't be too hard on yourself in the fact that if you are really attached to something, don't force yourself to get rid of it, but just try to have the mindset that you're trying to clear out stuff and that you don't want stuff. I think that's like the biggest thing, is just having stuff. And for me, it like clutters my brain, it clutters my space, it clutters my life. So maybe go at it from that approach, that you want to keep things obviously that are special to you and obviously that mean something to you, but you don't need all the extra stuff. Also, make sure you have a belly full of food and you're in a good mood, because if you are not, it can just really go south. And that's definitely happened to me before, and I will get hangry, and then at the end of it, I'm just like so miserable and I would rather be doing anything else. But yeah, make sure that you've eaten and just go easy on yourself in general. I hope that these tips were helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments. Purging is something that I am literally so passionate about. I love doing it. I just did a big purge this past week. I spread it out over a couple days. It kind of just happened that way. And I'm so happy that I did it. I got rid of a lot of stuff. I have a couple bags to donate, put some stuff on Poshmark. That's something else I want to know. If you have nicer items you can put on Poshmark, you can always make some money off of your clothes, which is an added bonus of purging your stuff. This is a really good time to do it too, because we're kind of in the middle of transitioning into fall. I know it's still August, but fall is coming and it's going to be here before you know it. So this is a great time to go through your summer stuff and also your fall stuff and winter stuff to see what you have for the upcoming seasons. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about purging and if these tips were helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back here soon.